start recording that. And there we go. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing today? Hello, Dusty. How you doing? Hello, hello. We are back in the world we were in the other time, or the other day when we were streaming Prehistoric Kingdom. I just want to... Okay, we're going to follow the T-Rex. We're just coming to chill out here on Prehistoric Kingdom while I finish up some ecosystems. Whoa. That was the coolest sound I have ever heard that T-Rex make. That is so cool. You're not late at all. Welcome in, Darcy. Welcome in, Paleo. Welcome in, Dino Stuff. How we doing? We just started. We're not even 2 minutes into stream. That was the coolest sound I have ever heard a T-Rex make in this game. And thank you, Paleo, for the rose off the bat. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna finish. Make it a bit wider, actually. There's also, if you saw my upload today, you will see some familiar guests in the park. Oh, the Styracosaurus reached adulthood. Iguanodon? Yeah. So, like, right over here, I had to put them in the Hell Creek ecosystem because I did not have anywhere else that matched their native ecosystem. So, if we go down here... Hello, Crow. Darcy, no, it would be cool to enclose a patch of Utis. I wish we had Utyrannus. I really do. So yeah, we have Iguanodons here in the Hell Creek ecosystem. Storm's gonna take my power. I'm under a flood watch right now. So, I feel you, man. I'm under a flood watch. Okay, maybe let's not do this. Hold on. Oh, I have destroyed that fence. Okay. Hello, Finn. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're just hanging out on Prehistoric Kingdom, chilling out. Okay, so that fence is just gonna have that now. Is this on Xbox? It is not, unfortunately. Prehistoric Kingdom is only on PC at the moment. The reason it's only on PC, I imagine, is because it is easier to update if it's just on PC, because consoles have like a huge issue with updating stuff on time. So yeah. We're gonna go chill out with the T-Rex again. Hello, ma'am. So actually, funnily enough, here, I actually want to show you guys something. So there's actually been, I'm gonna wait till she has her mouth open to show you something. Hold on, I need to wait until she opens her mouth. Because there's actually a new study that came out that I want to talk about a little bit. It has to do with cheek muscles, or the exo... Okay, cool. Alright, so, I've mentioned this very briefly on my Dino class streams. But do you see this flap right here? This, like, flap of skin right here. The new Path of Titans Dead Sound skins are coming into the game. Didn't Dead Sound already have their skins into the game? Or are they making a mod for it? Okay, so this flap of skin right here is probably not the most likely thing anymore, because a study came out on a muscle group called the exoparietal muscles. Those are the cheek muscles, and they found that they extend from around right here all the way to the bottom jaw. Meaning, you are gonna stop seeing, so this, like, you're gonna stop seeing this kind of interpretation. Like, you're not gonna see, like, this flap. You see this part right here? That's probably the most you're gonna see. The rest of this is just gonna be cheeks. It's just gonna be, like cheek muscles and stuff like that. And when accurate UD versus accurate nano. Well, accurate nano doesn't exist, so UD wins by default. Is Sinornithosaurus real? The name sounds familiar. I want to say it is, but we're gonna double check this. Yeah, Sinornithosaurus. Yeah, it is a genus of feathered dromaeosaurid from the early Cretaceous period of the Yishin Formation. Nice. I'm pretty sure that's the same formation Utyrannus is from. So yeah, so the T-Rexes are, so you're, now, this goes for all dinosaurs, okay? So, like, let's go over to, yeah, here we go. So, the Iguanodon already kind of has this muscle, or this kind of musculature that I'm talking about. I'm waiting for it to open its mouth so I can show you. But you can kind of already see it. Yeah, so theirs are going to be a bit further back, but we've always kind of speculated that they would have, like, cheeks right here, like just cheek flaps and stuff like that. 100 men versus a raptor. Depends on the raptor, and if you're including Megaraptors and Dromaeosaurids. Are you also including Troodontids? Because, like, there's a lot of different things that you can fight. Floor needs a bit more detail. Well, here's the thing. There's no grass in most of the Mesozoic. So, there's really nothing for me to really... So, most of the ground, this is probably what most of the ground looked like. Sorry. I wish I could add moss, but we are getting a Paleoflora update in the near future. I believe update 15 will be adding Paleofauna. Or, no, Paleoflora. Fauna is animals. But yeah. What kind of dino fish do we know? Well, there are no fish that are dinosaurs. Oh. The cracked desert floor? I mean, yeah, you could do that. You can do that on... Pretty sure you can do that on the... Yeah, this is like cracked dirt. That's in the grasslands, and then you've got like the desert and all of that stuff. But that's not what this ecosystem is. Micropachycephalosaurus, yeah. So there's no fish that are dinosaurs. But we do know a lot about some prehistoric fish. There's one that's like really, the alligator gar is like really, really old, and it's like still around. We're gonna go check out the parasaurs. How are y'all doing? But yeah, and then you've got Onchopristes, which is that giant, like, ray finned fish. I forget what exactly it is. The giant ray fish with the saw face that Spinosaurus hunted. Ceratopsidae with the longest frill, that'd be Torosaurus, which they could fight. Yeah, that would be cool, but we already know that they're going to be able to have social interactions within Update 15. So we're getting new plants, we're getting new animations, possibly interactive. They have the beginnings of interaction, because they can now herd together. So we now have, like, very realistic herd-like behavior, so it's really cool. Hey, okay, what's up, Doc? How you doing? Have a good one. Well, thank you for stopping by, Finn. Any ornithomimosaurs? I think the only ornithomimosaur we have in-game right now is Dinosaurus. Yeah. Oh my god, it's the baby. Yeah, Dinosaurus is the only ornithomimosaur in the game at the moment. We have no ornithomimids. However, there is speculation that we'll be getting Gallimimus in the very, very near future. So yeah. Yeah, Dinosaurus is he's pretty funny looking. If we do a Namek formation, then we could throw him in. We've already got our Torvosaurs and our Brachys in here. Is that the other Torvo right there? It is. Do you know if it'll ever come to console? I don't know. I hope it does, because I know that a lot of people want to play it, and it would be, Okay, that was weird. Not lagging anymore. Nice. But I'd love to see it come to console. Just simply because I know that a lot of people want it to come to console. How lovely spammers are. Yeah, I know, right? Man. The Brachys are so cool. By the way, look, this is the baby Brachy from the last stream. He's all grown up now. Or not all grown up. He's still a subadult, but does the game have any relation with Prehistoric Park? Not any official relation, but they do have the same narrator. So the guy that did Prehistoric Park, Nigel Marvin, does do all the narrations for the dinosaurs. What's the most messed up thing you've heard about of a dinosaur? I don't know. There was okay, I can never find anything to support this. But there was a rumor that I heard a while ago that the original Ankylosaurus specimen fell and crushed a guy. So yeah, be so croc dragging in a saber. That would be pretty neat to see. But yeah, do a vid on Allo. I have, okay, so Allo is probably gonna get the same treatment that I gave Iguanodon. And that means that we're probably, by the way, this is a completely new ecosystem that I built off stream, much like the Hell Creek one over here. But crap. But yeah, so Allo's probably gonna get the same treatment that I gave Iguanodon, and that was I'm probably gonna have to do a video on the type species, because if we get too specific, then it's gonna start, like, doing it a lot of disservice. Because, like, if I had chosen one of the type species for Iguanodon, I forget when, like, the type species was named, but I know it was, like, sometime well after the genus was named. So yeah. I got the one Protoceratops on bot dying mid-battle. Oh, nice! That's cool. But yeah. You know if PK is ever gonna do Xbox? I hope so. I hope it does. Heard a rumor that Packies, could shoot babies off their heads. That is wild. No, the game is not free. Last I checked, it's like $30. Oh yeah, here's our makeshift Nanooksaurus. Yeah, Anky catching bodies? Exactly, man. And don't mess with Ankylosaurs. They'll... What's the one, what's the perk in Call of Duty? Is it Mortardom? The one where you drop a live grenade once you're shot? That's effectively what that Ankylosaur had. 30 pounds? No. I don't know about 30 pounds. I don't know how much $30 translates into English pounds. So it might be cheaper. I don't know. But it's definitely like half the price of most of the mainstream games that are currently available. Does Prehistoric Kingdom clash and lag and freeze a bit sometimes? I mean, it jitters, but it is not like very laggy. I've had the game crash on me a few times, but that's been mostly because I've put out so many animals that the game can't handle it. So yeah. You feel... I don't know if this is too small or too... Is this too small for a Nanook? Maybe... I mean, it's not an unrealistic size. Alright, so it's 20. Yeah, there you go. Huh. Sharks survived 2 mass extinctions and can't survive humans. They survived more than that. Sharks have been around for, what? 400 million years? So... That means they would have survived KT, Triassic, Jurassic, Permian. We know they were around in the Permian because the Helicorpion's a Permian shark. 100 men versus 2 gorillas. 100 men. Realistically, you could take a gorilla with 12 guys. Yeah. So. But sharks have been around for ages, man. They are nuts. I did see someone asking about acro. I don't have a place to put acro. I guess I could rename the Iguanodon to Iguana Colossus. And we could do the, Cedar Mountain Formation. We don't have Utah Raptor, unfortunately, either. Oh yeah, I forgot about the babies. The babies look so funny. the little baby acros. Could the Meg have survived in the Mariana Trench? No, absolutely not. Megalodon was a surface-dwelling coastal warm water predator. So it would mean that it would have to adapt really, really fast in order to, Oh, acros do not like each other. Okay, noted. So we're gonna sell the female, and then we'll just use the male. But yeah, no, I don't think, I don't think Meg is alive. We're just gonna put you in here for now. Is the game any good? I think so. It's good for paleo accuracy and stuff like that, so if you're really into, like, paleo accuracy in video games, you are definitely going to enjoy Prehistoric Kingdom. Did Caritho coexist with Gorgo? I believe so, yes. Do you have any facts about Acro? Acro, funnily enough, we're not actually sure if Acro and Utah Raptor met. There's an idea popularized by the book Raptor Red that shows Acrocanthosaurus living alongside Utah Raptor in, well, what is now Utah, the Cedar Mountain Formation, all that stuff. However, Acro seems to only really appear after we found like after Utah Raptor goes extinct, Acro shows up. So we're not really sure if Acro is to blame for Utah Raptor's extinction. It was just, maybe it was just, there's evidence, they are found in the same location, but they're not the same level of the formation. Yes, yeah. Yeah, so they're in the same formation, but they're not found in the same, like, layer, like the same sediment layer. So yeah. What's your opinion on Quetzal? Quetzal's awesome. What's up, Paleo Master? Welcome in. Quetzal's awesome. There's two species, Northropy and Losity. Losity being the smaller of the two. Quick park tour. I mean, okay, hold on. You're going out there with the Titanosaur. I'm sorry. I just got to remove you from the stuff. But yeah, in terms of park tour, I mean, we've got like the dinosaur park formation right here, Lambeosaurus, Styracosaurus. We have an Anky in here to take the place of, what was the one in, was it, Eupocephalus? What's the, I forget the Anky that's in Dinosaur Park. But we have a stand-in. In here, we have our Jurassic formation. This is our Brachys. There's some Camptos running around, or Dryos, sorry. Yeah, little baby Dryos running around over there. Torvos. As you put add the Anky. Oh, okay. Thanks. Look at the little Dryos. Hello, little Dryo. You're so fast. Look at you. But yeah. Opinion on Ichthyovenator. Ichthyovenator is really cool. It is possibly the smallest Spinosaurid. It is definitely the smallest Spinosaurid that we know of right now. But yeah. Make Namek formation. We're gonna have to have a lot of stand-ins, but I think I could do it. Okay, let me see how much space we have. So the best bet would be to make it in this section right here. We're gonna do another chain link fence. Okay, hold on. So the Namek formation's really weird because it's a lot of desert mixed together with swampy wetlands. So you have a very large desert filled with by forests and wetlands and stuff like that. So just gonna whoop. So very, very diverse. As if you look at Ceratoseucops, it's still debated on how tall Ceratoseucops is, but it's smaller than berry. Yeah, what, is that the Acro? Well, you got over here fast. What are you looking for? Alright, anyway. How many humans can kill a T-Rex? If you've got a good gun and good placement, one. There's a lot of, and I mentioned this on the podcast that came out earlier this week, but I think there's a lot of people who, I think it might have been last week's actually, I take that back. There's a lot of people who assume dinosaurs are like Godzilla, right? That they're just really, really strong and bulletproof. Because I've had people in all seriousness, ask me if T-Rex could, if you could kill a T-Rex with a 50 caliber rifle. Which I'm like, that is a gun you use against tanks. Anyway. But yeah. I don't know. I think you could definitely... We're currently making a Namek formation right now. So this is going to be the formation with... actually, I should probably... That's not what I wanted to do. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Just going to do this a little bit sparsely. Okay, so we're going to have our desert area. And our desert area, I'm actually going to do something that I haven't tried before. An elephant gun can kill a T-Rex. Yes, exactly. So what we're going to do, we're making the Namek formation. That's what we're doing. So here's... Okay, so we're going to try... Okay. So we're going to do this and this. Okay, cool. Alright. I need you to be brown. That's a little too red. Okay, that works. Okay. Think Kylosaurus armor could withstand a very weak gun like low caliber? Yeah, probably. Probably. First, Mononychus is not in the game, unfortunately. I wish it was, but it is not. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Okay. Alright. So here's the idea, okay? I'm gonna do this a bit more spaced out. So we're gonna have a giant canyon. We're gonna make the entrance right there. And this canyon is going to split the desert area from the forested wetlands area right over here. And we might expand this over here. Is there a Gorgosaurus or Alberto? Unfortunately, no. Gorgo and Alberto are not in the game. Okay, so we're... We're gonna fill the broader sections of the gaps with these. Okay, cool. Probably do another one of these right here. Hadrosaur with the smallest crest? I don't know. Some Hadrosaurs didn't have crest, so I guess you could limit it to like Saurolophines. But like the Lambeosaurs also had crests, so it's a little hard to judge. We're just gonna have them intersect like that. Okay, cool. Alright. So now with that, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back with these, and we're gonna fill in the smaller gaps like this. And I'm gonna be... Is it true that theropod eggs here bright blue and green? Or were bright blue and green? I mean, it's definitely not impossible. I have not read anything recently over coloration of eggs. But, you know, going by modern birds and the color of their eggs, it is definitely possible. There are certain birds alive today who have very bright and colorful eggs. Some are blue, and you have like the browns and greens and yellows and stuff like that. So it's definitely possible. Okay, so what we're also going to do... Have we ever found any Edmontosaurus eggs? I'm not sure. It would not surprise me if we had, but I don't know if we have. Okay. Trust the process, guys. Trust the process. You gotta trust the process. Trust the process. It always works. It always works out. It always works out. Okay, I gotta make sure not to select that. Okay, cool. Oh. Hey, it worked. Nice. Okay, so... And then we're gonna duplicate it. Boom! Okay, and now what we do... Go here. Raise the terrain. What do you mean lazy? It's not lazy, it's I gotta move up the... It's using my tools. Found a T-Rex tooth when I went over to America. Oh, cool. Yeah, you find a... I got a T-Rex tooth of my own, out here. It has, like, the root connected and all that. It's really cool. I think I also have a Megalodon tooth and a Mosasaur tooth. So now what we're gonna do... It didn't let me keep it. Well, it is a T-Rex tooth, so those are worth, like, a lot. So, look at a... Hello, Diana. How are you doing today? We're currently making the Namek Formation. So we're gonna bring these up. So the idea is like this little desert plateau area right here between these rocks. And don't worry, we're gonna go back over the rocks. We're gonna make them look a little better. I'm not gonna worry about smoothing this out at all because this is all gonna be hidden behind the rocks. So as long as it doesn't bleed out to the other side, it should be fine. Can you at least name the tooth? I mean, you can name the specimen, but typically you don't give names to specimens unless they're, like, really groundbreaking. That, or just, you know, the specimen doesn't have, like, a nickname that's, like, known to the public. Like, paleontologists can give it a nickname and stuff like that. I know that, like, there was a T-Rex vertebrae that I found on my first dig out in, Montana. And, I think, like, we all collectively decided to call it Mr. T. If you could add one species, Jurassic World Evolution 3, what would it be? I said this on the podcast, but, like, biology and dino both have their favorite dinosaurs in the game, and I want my dinosaur. Give me Nanooksaurus. I want my polar bear reptile. I would love my Nanook. They don't even have Nanook in this game. I had to make a juvenile Tyrannosaur and put him in a snow environment. Give me Nanook. Never been the best at terraforming. Neither am I. As you can see here. So, watch... Actually, wait. I don't hate that, actually. Hold on. What's it look like over here? I don't hate that. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do that. Give him a Nanook. Yes, please. I want my Nanook. Opinion on the Quills and Triceratops theory? I think it holds some water. I don't know. Like, me personally, like, whatever they decide is the most accurate. Like, if a study comes out saying, oh, it does, or it doesn't, then I'll go with that. I think it's plausible. I don't know if any of the specimens that we have now, like, say, Lane, for example, I don't think that a lot of paleontologists agree that that is, like, evidence of quill structures. But then again, I've debated with paleontologists who are currently working on, say, T-Rex, and believe that T-Rex was still fully feathered. There is a certain sect of people that do still believe T-Rex is fully feathered. Not a very large section of people, but they exist. But yeah. How are you? I'm doing good. I want Shunosaurus. Shunosaurus would be cool. The club-tailed sauropod. That'd be really cool. But yeah. How did sauropods never eat themselves to starvation by eating everything there is around them? Moving. Same reason herds. Like, okay. So, I don't know how many of you are familiar with cattle pasture, like, behavior, but some people who own cattle will have a pasture, but they will only let their cattle graze on one pasture, or one side of the pasture at a time. They'll usually have a fence that runs down the middle of the pasture. So, usually, they'll let one side of the pasture, like, grow, and the other side is for the cows to eat. So, the cows eat one side of the pasture, and by the time they're done eating that side of the pasture, the farmer opens the gate, and they go into the other pasture, who throughout the time of them eating the other side has regrown. So, in that way, sauropods would be similar because they would be moving constantly. They'd be migrating to find new places. They would likely have the same migratory paths. They would come through the same areas that they did before, and stuff like that. They just gotta be migrating almost constantly. Almost constantly. Usually they'll find these really big places. I'd imagine sometimes they'd just find certain places. They'd be like, hey, you know, this is really lush. We can stay here for a few, you know, weeks. So let's do that. So yeah. That's how I imagine it would go. How do you feel about the analog horror of the dinosaurs arriving in the Ah, yes, prehistoric emergence. I wasn't a fan of that at first because they were using a lot of AI, and not a huge fan of that. But it's gotten better. It has gotten better. And I think there's a lot of potential with it. Prehistoric emergence is pretty neat. I'll give it that, but still not a fan of the use of AI. Opinion on Daspletosaurus? Ah, yes, Dasplato. I think there's a fourth species being debated right now. I could be wrong about that. There's two sauropods with clubtails, Shuno and Cotosaurus. Yes, I think there was also a theory about the Minchosaurus. Just something I'm confused about what you're building. We are building a Nemet formation. So this is the formation that houses things like Tarbosaurus and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, Scrublands, Coastal. Okay, so you are a fan of Coastal. Cool. Yeah, that's a little dewlap. Okay, cool. So we're gonna use Coastal. Okay, so what we're gonna do... I wish they had Thery in this game. It'd be really cool to have Therizinosaurus in this game. Okay, here we go. The Glorious King, Dinocaris. Yes, we're gonna put Dinocaris out here, don't worry. I guess we could also technically put Velociraptor out here. But... maybe, kinda, sorta? I don't know. Opinion on, horror dinosaurs? I think dinosaurs don't get utilized in horror nearly as much as they could. I think things like As Darkids would work great in, like, a horror scene, you know? Oh! Okay, so we have an issue. Yeah, the game crashed. Okay. The game crashed. This happens every stream. I don't know why. Okay, hold on. It's rebooting, don't worry. Every time. Every time. We're making the Namek formation. Okay, so it has an autosave. I'm just hoping that it wasn't too far gone. Well, it just came back. Don't worry. We're back. We're good. Game couldn't handle the vision. I know. I keep saying, believe the vision. Believe in the vision. Okay, so it was right before we got the Tarbosaurus out. Okay. So we don't actually need the Tarbosaurus right now. I just needed to know what environments it was okay with. Okay. So, let's try this again. What's up, Tasty Souls? How you doing? Let's try this again. Believe in the vision. Trust in the vision. Trust in the vision. Gotta trust in the vision. Because that's the whole thing with some of these ecosystems, is that they're going to be very messy and very chaotic at the start, but it'll pan out. It'll pan out. Don't worry. It will pan out. Okay, so do we want to do muddy water? This doesn't make sense. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to go up there. Hills look like ice cream sandwiches. Suppose a little bit. Let's do... Okay, we'll do muddy water over here. Do muddy water here. And so we need to make this look a little better. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go along the coastline here. Smooth it out. Smooth out the coastline here. Shrink this a bit. Awesome. Actually, that looks awful. What is happening? That... Hold on. Why did you do that? I don't know. Let's get it pan out. Yes. I'm watching Tiny Man on TikTok. Yes. Okay. I think we're just gonna do our best to hide that. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our very best to hide it. By that I mean we're gonna put a lot of ferns everywhere. Fern. Don't worry, hold on. No, I'm gonna polish it. I'm gonna polish it. Don't panic. Don't panic. There we go. Okay. So, this is gonna be our little side of the enclosure for, like, Dinosaurs and stuff like that. Vegetation stays like, yes! Is Prehistoric Kingdom, better than JW2? It depends on what you're looking for. If you are looking for like a cozy Planet Zoo type of game, then yeah, I'd say Prehistoric Kingdom's where you want to go. Because Prehistoric Kingdom's based on like a Planet Zoo kind of build or kind of idea, and it's like cozy and paleo accurate. If you want something that is like super engaging, like Jurassic World Evolution 2, probably not what you're looking for. At least not for now. We will be getting things like dinosaur fights and stuff like that in the future, just not yet. As they're focused on other aspects of the game before they get into the fighting and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, the game's in development as of right now, and it's... Oh, I'm inside a wall. But yeah. So we're gonna make this really big. But, okay. Great, thank you. Bye-bye. I see Prehistoric Kingdom kind of like, but I don't have $30. Yeah, it's rough out here. I feel ya. But yeah. I see Prehistoric Kingdom as kind of like a cozy game. Like, if I'm not streaming, I'm probably either on Prehistoric Kingdom, Path of Titans, editing a video, or something or other. I'm playing one of my cozy games. And this is one of my cozy games. I really like it. It's fun to hang out, and plus it's paleo accurate, so... As far as it can be. There are a few things that have changed recently with dinosaur anatomy that might change how things like exoparietal muscles and stuff like that work. But yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, because I feel like knockoff, because making habitats are my favorite thing to do. You can still make habitats in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I would, okay, so if you really want to do habitats and stuff like that, I'm gonna shout out my buddy Paleo Pizza, formerly known as Jurassic World Biology. Go check out Paleo Pizza here on TikTok. He makes a ton of really great enclosures. Like, if you ever want to go and like get inspired to build a habitat or something like that, go watch his videos. He makes a ton of really cool stuff. He plays Prehistoric Kingdom, Planet Zoo, Jurassic World Evolution, obviously. He might be live right now, actually, because he was playing Lego Star Wars when I started streaming. But yeah, that's my advice to you. If you want inspiration, or just kind of like how, oh yeah, I know. Okay, cool. Yeah, he makes some great stuff. So usually if I ever want to do an ecosystem, but I don't know what to do, I usually go watch one of his videos. Yes. Who Paleo Pizza, formerly known as Jurassic World Biology. He rebranded recently. So yeah. But yeah. Why? Cause his Instagram account got taken down, cause he was supposedly impersonating someone. We think it's just Universal, like, cracking down on people using the name. Did you rebrand? You sound like, this other guy. Nope, I have been Lakota 406 for the past... When did I start uploading? Past 3 years? I've been Lakota 406 before I was making dinosaur content. I kind of chose the name around the time that I started doing, Destiny 2 content. So yeah. I've thought about rebranding to, like, a different name, just because, like, I don't know. Probably should be using the name Lakota. But I do have a personal reason as to why I do use the name, as it comes from my dad, who wanted to name me Lakota originally, but decided not to. So, yeah. We gave you the idea to make Dino Class. So it's a little boring. But when I started doing it, there was this brand of, like, live streams that you would, come across on TikTok, and it was people sitting in front of a green screen background, and the background would say, ask me about blank, or I do blank for work, ask me about it. So at some point, I was like, okay, I could do this, but for dinosaurs. But I also really don't like showing my face. Obviously, I have different opinions on it now. I show my face on, like, the podcast and occasionally on streams. But yeah. And then I was like, well, if I don't want to show my face, what's something else? And I was like, oh, I have VR chat. So I got my VR chat, working, and I found a classroom, and I was just like, let's talk about dinosaurs. I don't think I actually preserved the first Dino Class. I do not think the first ever Dino Class was saved as a VoD, unfortunately. But I do remember I did not wear a dinosaur avatar at first. I actually was a hell diver for most of the first Dino Class that I ever did. But yeah. Yeah, first Dino Class is Lost Media. Yeah, that is, yeah. Are you not overwhelmed by the amount of information pertaining to dinosaurs? I just never get bored of them. I think they are so really, really cool. I think they're just really, really neat. And I love them a lot. So, I do not get overwhelmed with them. But yeah. Once I saw there were more dinos than Jurassic Park gave up. Yeah, there's, like, easily several thousand dinosaurs out there. It's actually not enough pertaining to dinosaurs. I need more, much more. Yes, I agree. Okay, so we got Tarbo. Let's get Dinocurus. We're gonna give you the brown coloration. And, how about Velociraptor? How many of you guys are good in groups? 1 to 4 males, 1 to 4 females. Okay, so we'll have 2 males, 2 females. Let's go back to Dinosaurs. How many people do you need? Okay, so you're completely social animals. Okay, cool. So only one of you. How about Tarbo? How are you in groups? 2 to 3 males, 1 to 3 females. Okay, cool. So we have 1 male. We'll get another male and a female. Cool. VR chat friends pick on me sometimes for using dinosaurs. My VR chat friends know me as nothing else. I am either always dressed as a dinosaur or I am Capitano. My Capitano avatar is what I mostly use when I go and play like mini games and stuff like that, but yeah, we'll put these guys. Well, we could also put, is Protoceratops Namek? I don't know if it is. But yeah, I watch your Dino Quest live streams when I'm trying to settle down for the evening. Well, I appreciate that. That probably leads into another thing I keep hearing. People keep asking if I can do ASMR content. And I'm not sure what to tell those people. So you know what? It's been 4 days. I caught strep. I'm still technically sick with strep, but it's not bad. I'm okay. I'm good. Yeah. With dinosaurs to eat seashells and change the color of feathers. Maybe. I don't see that as impossible. Where's gravel? Where's my gravel? There it is, gravel. Oh, I hear that Dinosaurus. He's out here. But yeah. But yeah. Dinosaurus out here getting very comfortable with the Tarbos. Barca scored? I'm sorry, I don't really do sports. Sorry. Bro's gonna overheat. Well, funnily enough, he has his own section over there. We made the Namek formation accurate with the desert section and a wetland section. Imagine how crazy designs and features on dinosaurs would be iconic for him, but we don't know about. Oh, God. Yeah, that's one of the harder things to what are they doing? Alright then. Where's Dinosaurus Enjoyer? For real, yeah. Let's see. Oh hey, look, there's the other Tarbo. Let's do, okay, so let's segment this a bit better. So let's do a meat feeder here, meat feeder here. That's not what I want to do. Plant feeder here. Where's the fish? Fish feeder over here. There. Okay, so this should lead to a natural kind of segregation between the wetland and the drylands, because we have water and food for the Tarbos out here, and we have we have this, the flat feeder of leaves and fish for Dinosaurus. So look, Dinosaurus is already coming to show up. You make a community park? That would probably be. They're climbing the ice. Are they? Okay, no one's gotten up there yet, so we're good. But yeah, what would be one thing that you could add to the game? What would it be? Okay, as much as I really like Nanook, all right, I love Nanooksaurus, right? I don't think I would add it off the bat because I know that they're already planning to add it. But what I would really enjoy is for them to add Asdarchids. I would love to see Asdarchid pterosaurs in this game because Asdarchids are crazy animals. I'd love to see them. What is that Tarbosaurus doing over there? But yeah. Making an ecosystem? Yeah, we're basing this one off of the Namek Formation. But yeah. If we had more animals from the Cedar Mountain Formation, I'd make a Cedar Mountain Formation ecosystem. But as of right now, I think the only one we have is Acro. The same goes for the roaming Argentinosaurus out here in the back line. Yeah, literally nothing else from its ecosystem exists in the game as of right now. He looks hungry, so I'm gonna give you that. You get your own little stuff out here. Here you go, buddy. We're just gonna hang out with this guy. You'd name a dinosaur, what would you name it? That would completely depend upon what kind of animal it is. A science teacher called Pterodactylus pterodactyl. Yeah, that happens. Yeah. Lakota, hello Mel, how are you? Hello, hello. How long have you been streaming? Just got home. Coming up on an hour now. Like 51 minutes. Good, how are you? I'm doing the best that I can be. I got strep. But other than that, we are hanging out. But yeah. Was the big dude, wandering all the way out here? This is Argentinosaurus. He's just been out here because I made him so that I could show off the difference between him and Brachiosaurus. And I didn't have anywhere to put him, so there's an Acro out here somewhere as well. I don't know where it is, but there's an Acro out here. Better than last stream? Yep. If you weren't here for last stream, or the last Prehistoric Kingdom stream that we did, there was someone who came in here who was like, oh, there's the Acro, who was arguing that the 2010 Spinosaurus design was more accurate, so, yeah. Top 10 dinosaur list, the kid said no Mosasaurus. It's crazy. Well, Mosa isn't a dinosaur, but, yeah. Ever do a room reveal? Probably not. The parts of my room that you can see on the podcast are kind of the only presentable parts of my room. Well, no, it's literally from a decade ago. Yeah. So I forget what his logic was, but he was like, the smaller back limbs make no sense. And I'm like, okay, cool, but we know that the back limbs were that small. Like, we have had them since 2014. I don't know where, but I know it's out here. Yeah. But yeah. Is Mike in the game? I wish Mike was in the game. Yeah. But will the game ever come to console? I don't know. Any dinosaur class quizzes planned? Maybe. I'm still a little sick. I have a feeling I am not near the end of it, and I might be completely debilitated tomorrow. So don't expect a stream tomorrow. Cause yeah. 3 Albertosauruses versus a fully grown male Rex. Hard to say. Show all the species in the game. You're also sick, Mel? Dang, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, it sucks. Not great. I got strep. But yeah, so I can very quickly show off all of the dinosaurs. So we got Acro, Carcharodontosaurus, Coelophysis, one of the earliest theropods, Dinocheirus, Dilophosaurus. I'm very preferential to this one. Sorry to hear that. I'll be better soon. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can feel my sinuses filling up already. Spinosaurus. I also really like this skin for Spinosaurus. It's very nice. What did Dino ask? How are all birds dinosaurs, but dinosaurs aren't birds? Okay. Think of it like turtles and tortoises. Alright? So, all tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises. Okay? In the same way, all dinosaurs are birds, not all birds are dinosaurs. Or wait, no, I said that backwards. Hold on, wait. All birds are dinosaurs, not all dinosaurs are birds. Sorry, I said that backwards. All birds are dinosaurs, but not all dinosaurs are birds. There, sorry. Tarbosaurus Batar. We got as well, you see Acro? Yeah, we looked at Acro first. Acro has some really cool skins, but I actually really like its default. Yeah, kind of like that, Jay. Who would win a battle for longevity, Coelacanth or Coelacanth? I mean, it's still around. Torvosaurus gurnii, Torvosaurus tanneri, Tyrannosaurus rex. I'm partial to this skin for it. And Velociraptor. Those are all of our theropods. And we got Apatosaurus, Argentinosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus. Yes, Brontosaurus is valid again. Camarasaurus, and Camarasaurus. These are 3 different species of Camarasaurus. We have Plateosaurus and Plateosaurus, the 2 different species of Plateo. We have Ankylosaurus. That's all of our sauropods, by the way. We have Ankylosaurus and Scelidosaurus for our Thyreophorans. Now, here's the thing. So I mentioned this the last few times that we did a stream, and I'm gonna do the new Walking with Dinosaurs. I think it looks awesome. We've done an acrovid. I have not done an acrovid yet, but there is a reason for it, and you'll see it in the future, I'm sure. So this guy is, what's the star rating mean? It just means how much people are, like, willing to go and see it. So, like, you would want to put, like, animals with low star ratings at the start of your park, and animals with higher star ratings at, like, the further back or parts of your park, because it gets people to, like, migrate all the way through your park. Like, yeah, it's like a peel. So this guy is really interesting because we're not really sure if it's an ankylosaur or a stegosaur. So it is probably, it is a very, very basal thyreophoran. To the point that we do not know what section it's going to. So if I have this joke with myself, it is the Thyreophoran. This is Thyreophora right here. As for our ornithopods, we have Tyrannosaurus. Very weird crest on this one. Pachycephalosaurus. No Pachycephalosaurus, unfortunately. We have Dryosaurus. I'm partial to this one because it gives it a rat tail. I like Dryo. Edmontosaurus annectens, Edmontosaurus regalis, Iguanodon. You saw a video of that today. We have Lambeosaurus. I'm actually really partial to this skin for Lambeosaurus, as it is very pretty. The rest of these are really nice. Lianosaurus, or Lianosaura, I should say. Muttaburrasaurus. I like this skin for him. Uranosaurus. I like this skin for him. Very bright blue. Parasaurolophus Cristonatus. Parasaurolophus walkeri. And this guy, who I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce his name, because it's that. Ugh. I'm going to call you Ugh. But yeah. He has a little hat. A little thumbs up. Big thumbs up on his face. And then we got our ceratopsians. We got Nasudo. These guys are weird. I don't know. Their name means nose face, by the way. So we got Nasudo, Pachyrhinosaurus canadaensis, Pachyrhinosaurus lacustai, Pachyrhinosaurus paratorum, Protoceratops. I like this skin for him. Actually, hold on. I like this one too. Actually, I think I prefer this one. But yeah. Psittacosaurus mongoliensis. Psittacosaurus subriacus. And Psittacosaurus type species. So, fun fact. So, this guy is actually based on a real specimen. There is a real specimen of Psittacosaurus that has this coloration, and it's really cool. Probably one of the most well-preserved dinosaur fossils that we have. But we're not exactly sure what that specimen belongs to in terms of, like, what species. We know it's a Psittacosaurus, but we don't know what species it is. So that's why you see this SP dot here. It just means type species. But yeah. Thoughts on Goji Center's hybrids? They're fun, I guess. But, you know. But yeah. But yeah. This is Styracosaurus, Triceratops horridus, Triceratops prorsus. And then we got woolly mammoth, and then all of our mammals, Panthera atrox, aka the American lion, the Eurasian lion, Panthera spelenaria, Smilodon fatalis, Smilodon populator, Ursurus, aka the cave bear, spikes on his back. Yeah, that kind of leads into the whole, like, quill things. So it's got, like, a lot of quills, on its back. We have Coelodonta. We have Elasmotherium, Juxia, Megaloceros, or Megaloceros, Paraceratherium, the other species of Paraceratherium, and Cynotherium. So yeah, that's all, aside from Microraptor and Archaeopteryx, which are exclusive to the aviaries. That is all of the dinosaurs. Yeah. This theory that dinosaurs had smaller pet dinosaurs. I saw that as well. I'm yet to watch the full video just because I haven't had time to. So, by the way, I just want to say, if you have seen me saying that I've been busy making stuff, but you're not seeing a whole lot of stuff being made, I'll tell you why. It's because I'm actually preparing for summer. If you look on the top left of the corner, it is Prehistoric Kingdom. I am preparing for summer because I will be going away for a week in the last week of June, first week of July. So at the current moment, I'm preparing videos for that week. Just so you guys don't go without content, and I don't just, you know, vanish for a week straight. There will probably be no live streams. Actually, I can probably confirm there will not be any, live streams during that week, because I will not have access to my computer. But yeah. Dr. Lakota, the paleontologist. Nope, I do not have my doctorate. I'm going to Utah for a geology course. That's awesome. Gotta go fun for a week. We'll be fine, I promise you. Yeah, but I still want to make videos. Like, still have videos coming out. And besides, it's not like I'm really doing all that exciting of a stuff. Where I think I'm just going to a relative's place, just to hang out for a week and just kind of hang out. Where are you going? Relative's place. I want to say, like, out in Texas, but yeah. My favorite dinosaur is, you're leaving? Dino Guy, hello. My favorite dinosaur is Nanooksaurus hugwundi. Yeah, so I'm not leaving for vacation in summer. So it's the last week of June. And you have a sauropod? I know we have a sauropod out. Last week of June, first week of July, right on there, I'll be out, going to vacation and all that. We do have a sauropod out. We still have the Argent. The Argent is trying to break into the Namek Formation. How dare you? I know, I'm sorry. Ever been to a dino dig site? Yes! I actually went on my first fossil expedition when I was 14 years old. I got to help with the excavation of a Triceratops, as well as the discovery of a new Tyrannosaur specimen, mostly known from a vertebrae. But yeah. Another thing I also have coming out, I I could do Subnautica. I'd be down. I know Subnautica 2 is coming out soon. But Dino guys, can you comment? Yeah, I have a podcast with them. This isn't too surprising. I don't know. Anyway, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, I have a video to edit after this. Dino Guy, Paleo Pizza, and I played a video game together. If you watch the podcast, you know what video game it is, or if you're in my Discord, you know what game it is. That was chaos, but man, it was a ton of fun. I think we're also going to be playing a different game coming up here very soon. What is? Okay, so he's dead. I have no idea if it'll ever come to consoles. How'd you get to go on these expeditions? Well, funnily enough, the first expedition I ever went on was actually with the Hell Creek Fossils, like the people who, like, exclusively dig out there. Like, you can pay money and you can join them on, like, a week-long expedition. It was a lot of fun. That's what, like, really sold that for me. It kind of sucked to start out, because you're in the middle of the desert and you're dehydrating all day long. But, yeah. Kind of what skull is that in your PFP? It is Nanooksaurus. So, what we did was, we got a composite of Tarbosaurus and T-Rex's skulls, and then we meshed them together, me and the artist. We kind of talked about what parts we wanted to be in it, what parts should look like this or that or the other, and we did a Nanooksaurus skull. Was it always deserts? Did dinosaurs not living for it? No, they did. That's just the Namek formation out there. This is like Hell Creek. Even though I think there's like 3 iguanodons out here. This game's Spinosaurus accurate. It needs lips. It needs lips. It needs to not be dragging its tail. It needs to be slightly more upright, but other than that, it's fairly accurate. But yeah. But other than that, it is fairly accurate. It's not bad. I don't want to say that it's bad, because in no way is it bad. It's just got some slight issues with it, you know. How many Spinosaurids are in the game? Just one. Just Spinosaurus. If there were enough Spinosaurids in the game for them to make their own section just called the Spinosaurids, that'd be awesome. But yeah, ignore the fact that there are like 3 iguanodons out here. But yeah. I'd love to see, like, Baryonyx or Suchomimus or one of those guys in this game. I think that would be awesome. Also, here's our little T-Rex den. I made a den for the T-Rex, so I don't think she, or... Yeah, she. I don't think she's ever, like, come out here. Yeah, Baryonyx and a Spinosaurus are really cool. Should have fish and chips, the acro. Well, I mean, we already have an acro. I just haven't named him anything, so... Looks small for a Rex. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something. So, here's the great thing about this game. Here is the Suchomimus Spinosaurid. Hello, Doc. Here is the great thing about Prehistoric Kingdom. And what kind of sets it apart a little bit when it comes to the animals in comparison to Jurassic World Evolution. You noticing anything yet? Yes. So, different individuals of the same species will be different sizes. So you see this one's like smaller than this one. If we go down the line here, while they all are roughly the same size, there are definitely ones that are observably different. This one might be the biggest out of them all. But yeah, lining up for war. What on earth is happening? We're looking at size differences! Hello, Bailey. Oh, actually, Bailey, while you're here, hold on. Let me... okay, we're gonna worry about this, like, war band over here later. Where are they? Hold on. I have something to show you while you're here. Okay, I'm just not gonna worry about that, like, horde, also hello Mace, of T-Rexes, but we made something. We made the dinosaur park formation. So, and a lovely member of that formation is Parasaurs! We got Parasaurs! We got 3 of them, actually. I think this is the male, that's a female, and that's also a female. They added herding recently, and, yeah, so that they all, like, follow each other now. There's also... there should be a Lambeosaur out here, like a Lambeosaur herd. Like a little familial Lambeosaur herd out here. But yeah. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, a 5-minute break from studying for my finals is very nice, thank you. Well, thank you for stopping by, Bailey. But, yeah, always good to see you. Where is, hold on, because I want to show everyone the Lambeosaur as well, because it's really pretty. It is wow. Yikes. Okay, so here's the great thing that they added recently that I can do. What's your biggest problem with this game? It keeps crashing on me sometimes. Like, it crashes every stream. Okay, we're gonna sell all of those T-Rexes. Where's the Lambeosaurs? Yes! Very pretty. Ignore the fact that half of the ecosystem is empty, but... oh, man. Said the second my messages. Alright. Hold on. I'll scroll up. I don't see anything from you, unfortunately. Oh. Yeah. Oh, hey, look! Sirocco. What's up? What are we doing? We're playing Prehistoric Kingdom. We're just chilling. Yeah, he's got a little hat. We make a video about Acro. Sometime in the future. No, dinosaurs cannot fight in this game. Again, it's Planet Zoo, but with dinosaurs. So, we have an Acro exhibit. So, this entire park, I say with quotations because hello, buddy. We're gonna sit with the Lambeosaur. But yeah. This entire park's based around formations, and Acro doesn't really have any other animals from its formation in the game. So as of right now, it would just be Acro. Where baby T-Rex's legs so long? You ever seen a puppy? You know how puppies have them big goofy feet? That's because they grow into them. So they look long, but proportionally not much will change throughout their life. Well, I guess, well, proportionally with the rest of their body, but proportionally for, like, just the leg, yeah, they will kind of stay that kind of structure. Again, kind of like a puppy that has, like, the big, goofy feet and all that stuff. What courses should I look into if I want to become a paleo-marine biologist? So you wouldn't be a paleo-marine biologist, you would be a paleontologist specialized in marine animals. And that's good. That's good. Because we always need more of those. There's a lot of people who come in who are either obsessed with dinosaurs or prehistoric mammals and stuff like that. So you would take, like, the same courses as usual. You would just say, hey, I'm specialized with this. Got it for now, or else I'm gonna lose all focus and get nothing done. Bye-bye. Bye, Bailey. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah. How do you even find marine animal bones? Typically, you get a lot of ammonites and stuff like that on, like, rocky coastlines. Things like New England and places like that. Scotland, too, funnily enough. But... hold on. What? Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss? Hold on. Why wouldn't they copy the animation from JWE2? Cause it's a different company. They can't do that. That's that like infringes on something. Yeah. Study paleoecology due to my biosystem engineering degree. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, you take and you know, you can take whatever classes you want. You can do I was originally doing geology and anthropology at one point, but you know, as I've stated before on stream, I had to leave college for something that I'm not getting into, don't want to talk about. But yeah, some tips. Okay, cool. So this is actually, I'll share with you some new stuff with the game. So this is for everyone that didn't, is your Dino class accredited course? No, unfortunately not. But, so check this out. So, this tab shows you the age. So this individual is 2.5 years old, 100% maturity, growth speed's normal. It tells you their weight, their length, and their height. Okay? Now, important to remember. Hold on. Wait, what? No, Frontier did not make Prehistoric Kingdom. Frontier does not make Prehistoric Kingdom. So you can see all of that, and it will be different upon individuals. So this one is a bit bigger. The male's a bit bigger than the two females, so he's got bigger weight stats and stuff like that. Here you can see where all of your animals are fit, so you can see the biomes that they like, how much force they need, crowding, cleanliness of the ecosystem, as well as how much water they need. Here is actually their engagement. So like this is going to be their enrichment and stuff like this. This is Prehistoric Kingdom, Joel. So you can see like their feeders, toys, the groups, stuff like this, and you can check out their social grouping, so you can see how they get along with other individuals. So certain animals will get along with more members of their species. Other animals don't. So Parasaurolophus gets along with other members of its species as long as it's mitigated to certain, like a certain balance and stuff like that. Whereas animals like Acrocanthosaurus, for example, do not like each other. Acros are completely solitary. The game, top left of the screen. Top left, Prehistoric Kingdom. Top left of the screen. There we go. It's right there. Let me use such spare time to evolve pigeons to Dodo. Yeah. Where is that Ankylosaur? My dogs are losing their mind downstairs and it's bugging me. They always do this when I'm trying to record. But yeah. Like a Spino environment? Can we? I mean, we've got Spino, we've got Karka. What is happening? Wait. Okay, so I think the game is broke. I'm not sure what's happening, but okay, this one's just turning into a Beyblade. He's just like doing full 360. Okay, this is actually kind of funny. Hold on, wait. Okay, I don't know what's happened, but it's a little funny. Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Hold on, wait. Could you imagine if the trunk had physics? Add some music? Yeah, I'll probably do that after. Oh, man. Okay. Anyway. So, I don't have anywhere to put him right now. So, I'm just gonna throw him over here, just because miscellaneous. But I did want to, like, throw down a Spinosaurus, just because. I actually do want to... So, you are 6.3, rounding up 6.4 tons, probably metric tons. You are 13.3 meters long, and you have a height of 4.5 meters. God, you are gorgeous. How much is Prehistoric Planet? Prehistoric Kingdom goes for $30 USD, which is roughly 20 pounds for our English viewers. But yeah. Small boy? No, this is huge. Okay, the camera might be a bit too far away for us to hear him. Hold on. But yeah. I'm Irish? So it'd be... I don't know how much it is in euros. Man. Absolutely insane animal. Ooh. That's so cool. You played Jurassic World Evo? Yeah, we had a stream with it. You'll see my second most recent upload was a Jurassic World Evolution 2 video. What are you doing in this game? You make environments and ecosystems. So it's technically Zoo Tycoon with dinosaurs. That's how I would, or Planet Zoo, Zoo Tycoon, one of those. It's one of those, but with dinosaurs. They don't break out and eat people, and they don't even fight each other. But it is paleo accurate, and it is cozy. Tell your Spino I said. Sure thing. Okay. But yeah. Man, this is so cool. Favorite dinosaur in the game? I'll have to say Tarbosaurus, because it's the closest we've got to a Nanook. Hey, look, it's our T-Rex. Uh-oh. Wait, it's our T-Rex. Hey, he's coming this way, dog. Dog, you might... You might want to go. You might... Yeah, I don't think our T-Rex is friendly. Okay, okay, she's leaving. She's leaving. Never mind. Ref, do something. Well, the ref apparently stepped in because the T-Rex is leaving. Okay, my dogs are losing their mind. Hold on. Okay. But yeah. The ref did do something, yeah. T-Rex went away. I want to pet a Spino until it becomes my friend, not gonna lie. Ah, yeah. I get it. I get it. These guys are really cool. Okay, so like, my main issues with this Spinosaurus... Dude, hold on, wait. Because no, you like view it from over here, and it doesn't look very big, but then like, you get up next to it, and it's like... Whoa. Okay, so the tail needs to be off the ground. It needs to be holding the front of its body a bit higher. Tail needs to be off the ground. It needs oral tissue covering the teeth. And probably a change to the exoparietal muscles as well, if that new study's anything to go by. But other than that, this is probably one of the best looks that a Spinosaurus has ever had, ever. Now, I say that with the exception of the recent Walking with Dinosaur Spinosaurus, because that one is mwah, gorgeous. Game's $30. Man, these guys are so cool. How long have you been interested in dinos? All my life. See, that's the hard part. When I tell people about my interest in dinosaurs, they're always like, "Oh, what got you into you know, dinosaurs and stuff like that?" And I have to answer them, I have no idea. I chose this path when I was 3 years old, and I never looked back. So if you could go back and ask 3-year-old me, I would like to know his answer too. Pros and cons of being a paleontologist? Well, I'm not licensed, but I am an amateur, so I do my own stuff. I go kind of walking around riverbeds and stuff like that with the limited stuff that you can find where I live. Which is mostly going to be shark teeth and stuff like that. Yeah. The pros are that it's something that you really want to do if you're passionate about it. The cons are you're not making a whole lot of money. Rogue paleontologist. No, amateur. Amateur. We have names. There is, okay. Okay, so okay, this is the last little thing, because it sounds like I have to go and do stuff around my house. But it is getting warm where I live, because I live in the southeastern part of the United States. See, okay, if it walked around like this all the time, this is good. I like this. This stance. Holding the tail off the ground, it's moving. Yes, there you go. Coming out set in a abandoned futuristic city. Yeah, the people who were making that used my voice on one of their videos. But I live in the southeast, and man, it is getting hot and humid. So I have to repair the screen on my window because there are bugs. There's like flies and mosquitoes that are getting into my house, and it's bugging me. Yeah. Look at that. This is so cool. I love the first person mode because we can come and chill with them like this. It's awesome. Yeah. Alright. I'm probably gonna end stream here because it does sound like I need to go and do stuff. So, I'm gonna very quickly save it. Awesome. Alright. With all that being said and done, thank you everyone for joining me today. I really appreciated that. Appreciated your company. Thank you everyone who stuck with us for the entire stream. Thank you everyone who liked, commented, shared, and followed. I really do appreciate it. These streams are nothing without you guys. And with all of that being said and done, I'll catch you guys later. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. I may or may not. I don't count on me being live tomorrow. I will probably be worse than I am today. Y'all have a good rest of y'all's day. I'll catch y'all later. Bye-bye!